Welcome to this explainer. If you open up social media or just scroll through the news today, it honestly feels like every single headline is screaming about artificial intelligence completely upending the modern workplace. You see these crazy articles claiming AI can now code an entire website in 5 seconds, or warning that millions of white-collar jobs are suddenly on the chopping block. And frankly, it can feel completely overwhelming. But today, we're going to cut through all of that noise. We're going to break down exactly how you can navigate this crazy landscape. And more importantly, we're going to show you how to exponentially multiply your career value, literally 10x it, with absolutely zero technical skills required.
Look, if you don't come from a tech background, or you don't know how to code, or you've never taken a single computer science class, seeing this exact warning everywhere you look is downright terrifying. It kind of feels like you're starting a marathon 10 miles behind the starting line while all the tech experts are already sprinting ahead. And I really want to validate that feeling right now. It is completely normal to feel a deep sense of anxiety when the entire global economy seems to be shifting beneath your feet overnight.
I hear this core fear literally all the time. But let's settle the most important question right off the bat and drop the ultimate paradigm shift here. Listen closely to this. AI is not going to replace you. A human using AI will. Treat that as your absolute golden rule going forward. The crucial point is that AI is not your competitor. It's actually your infinitely patient, superpowered digital assistant. And wrapping your head around that is the very first step to unlocking that 10x career value. So to show you exactly how to achieve this 10x value, we've got a really structured roadmap for today's explainer. We'll kick things off with the anxiety, then we'll decode the myth. From there, we'll dive into your 4 10x superpowers, and finally, we'll wrap it all up with a concrete action plan. All right, let's jump straight into section 1, the anxiety. And as the subtitle says, you don't need to build the engine. Think about it using a super simple analogy. You don't need to understand the complexities of an electrical grid just to flip on a light switch, right? You don't need to know how to build a combustion engine to drive your car to the grocery store. In the exact same way, you absolutely do not need to understand how algorithms, neural networks, or machine learning models work under the hood to use AI. You just need to know how to drive. Moving right along to section 2, the myth, decoding jobs versus tasks. To navigate your career with total confidence, we first have to dismantle the single biggest misconception about work right now. When the headlines scream, AI can write copy or AI can analyze data, people instantly assume the entire job of a senior marketer or a financial analyst is just disappearing in a puff of smoke. They panic, right? Because they're looking at their career title as this one single fragile thing. But here's the reality check. A career title isn't a single indivisible block. A job is really just a collection of individual tasks. Let that revelation sink in for a second. When you break a job down into its daily actions, the whole thing becomes so much less intimidating. Say you're an account manager. Your job isn't just one monolithic thing. It's a cluster of very distinct actions. It's writing follow-up emails, sitting in strategy meetings, updating the CRM, taking clients out for coffee. And this brings us to a pretty brilliant realization. Basically, every single profession out there consists of 2 fundamentally different types of tasks. Let's look at category A first. This is your highly structured, repetitive work. We're talking formatting massive spreadsheets or summarizing 30 pages of boring meeting minutes. AI is exceptionally good at automating this kind of administrative busy work in seconds. But then, you have category B. This is the human, context-heavy stuff, like reading the unspoken tension in a room during a messy negotiation, or building genuine trust with a super skeptical client. AI struggles immensely with category B. So when AI takes over your category A workload, it isn't making you obsolete. Actually, it liberates your schedule so you can focus entirely on the human-centric tasks that really drive the bottom line. Which brings us to section 3, the 10x superpowers, and what humans actually do best. The amazing reality is, when your routine category A tasks are automated away, your uniquely human skills don't just stay relevant, they become exponentially more valuable. This transition is exactly how non-techies are going to gain 10x value in the modern workplace.
So the crucial takeaway here is that there are 4 specific non-technical superpowers that give you an unshakable advantage over these automated tools. And think about how accessible this is. In this new economy, you aren't being paid for how much raw data you can memorize or how fast you can type. You are paid for your judgment, your empathy, and your ability to point these tools toward meaningful outcomes. Let's break down each of these non-technical superpowers.
The first superpower is taste and judgment, or what we can call curatorial intelligence. Look, AI can easily spit out 100 logo concepts in 10 seconds, or write 50 drafts of a promo email before you've even taken a sip of your coffee. But AI has absolutely zero taste. It has no idea which logo actually captures your brand's soul or connects with the local culture. So, you no longer need to build all the raw materials from scratch. Your massive 10x value comes from stepping up as the ultimate editor and director. You're the one applying human, cultural resonance to filter through 50 drafts and pick the exact one that's going to convert into actual sales.
Superpower number 2 is empathy and trust building. We are inherently social creatures. Nobody wants a cold, lifeless algorithm walking them through a messy company crisis. And absolutely no one wants a machine managing their career development or coaching them through a rough quarter. Because machines are taking over the cold, hard data, the premium placed on warm, genuine human trust is absolutely skyrocketing. Roles that center on genuine human connection, delicate negotiation, and authentic leadership, they become infinitely more valuable. Because at the end of the day, people still want to do business with people they trust.
Then we have superpower number 3, problem framing. At its core, AI is really just an answer machine. If you give it the wrong instructions, it will gleefully give you a totally brilliant, flawless solution to the completely wrong problem. Because of that, the most valuable person in the room is no longer the one with all the answers. The most valuable person is the one who knows how to ask the right questions and actually diagnose the true human pain points. Figuring out what problem is actually worth solving before you throw tech at it, that is your real leverage.
And the fourth superpower is cross-domain synthesis. AI models are strictly boxed in by the historical data they were trained on. Humans, on the other hand, are amazing at taking a random insight from a totally different field, like psychology or architecture or even art, and smashing it together with business logic to solve an unrelated challenge. A tech engineer might know exactly how the AI operates under the hood, sure, but the wide-ranging, curious generalist knows how to apply its output to a killer business strategy. That unique combination? That is your ultimate competitive moat, and it's where the real money and 10x value are hiding.
All right, so we get the theory. We understand the massive potential of these 4 10x superpowers, but theory is just theory, right? Execution is the whole game. So how does a non-technical professional actually execute this on a random Monday morning? How do we realistically achieve this level of value in our everyday jobs without drowning in complex new software?
Well, that takes us to Section 4, the action plan. This is your 3-step survival strategy. It's a highly actionable blueprint to upgrade your current position and multiply your output without ever needing to change careers.
Here is your concrete, no-nonsense roadmap to entirely eliminate AI anxiety and put you right back in the driver's seat. We're going to audit your tasks, upgrade your positioning, and build tangible proof of your skills. Let's dive in.
Step 1. Conduct an AI task audit. Seriously, this week, log everything you do. Every little thing. Divide your tasks into List A, which is the routine stuff, formatting endless tables, drafting standard update emails, and List B, which is your core value work, like client strategy calls or creative direction. Then pick just one item from List A and hand it over to AI. Treat the AI tool exactly like a super eager but maybe slightly naive intern. Prompt it clearly, give it specific rules, and correct its mistakes. By getting just one item off List A, you win back hours of your time, giving you 10x more energy to absolutely dominate List B.
Now, for Step 2, you really do not need to quit your job to become a data scientist. Step 2 is simply adopting the plus AI positioning. Look at this shift. Don't just be a traditional recruiter. Be a recruiter plus AI who uses automated tools to source top talent twice as fast as anyone else. Stay exactly where you are, but upgrade your positioning. By weaving AI into your existing title, you multiply your daily output. This right here is exactly how a non-techie becomes exponentially more valuable to their company, basically overnight.
And finally, Step 3, build a proof-of-work portfolio. Let's be real, traditional resumes full of vague bullet points are rapidly losing their magic. Employers today want to see tangible proof that you can execute. So use accessible AI tools in your spare time to build real things. Use AI to help you outline and format a massive industry research report that would usually take weeks. Launch a niche newsletter using AI to curate the articles. Or build a working app prototype using AI-powered no-code platforms. Walking into a performance review or an interview and physically showing them that you know how to leverage these tools to get polished results, that is hands down the strongest professional credential you can hold right now.
Ultimately, this all boils down to one massive mindset shift. Curiosity is infinitely greater than technical expertise. Just think about history for a second. When cameras came along, painters didn't go extinct, right? They adapted, they pivoted, and they created modern art. When personal computers hit the desks, office workers didn't vanish. They became wildly efficient digital creators. The barrier to entry in tech has basically dropped to zero. You don't need to know how to code. The future belongs entirely to those with vision, creativity, and relentless curiosity, not just the engineers. So, it is time to stop looking at AI as this impending doom coming for your paycheck. Start viewing it as the greatest amplifier of human potential we have ever seen. You have the superpowers, and you've got the 3-step plan to multiply your career value by 10x. So I'm going to leave you with this one thought to chew on. What is the very first routine task you are going to handle